CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from us. Now it's ended up.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Lillard misses.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Now here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Jackson, following the score by Damian Lillard. Nurkic with the block.
And Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
Just 2 to shoot. George, that's a 2-pointer. That one off the back iron and out. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Leonard finds Zubac. Misses from short range.
Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
And here's McCollum for 3. The shot by Lillard wide open. And Covington stays with it.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
McCollum against George. To the inside. Zubac kicks to George. And the Clippers miss again.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Lillard surveying the D. Can't hit from the elbow.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Morris. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Powell. Anthony in the corner. Lobs it up for Kanter. That one no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Simons the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Hands checked in. Here's Cantor. And just miss after miss right now.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Cousins inside. Covered by Hollis Jefferson. Cousins with the bucket.
I think this is where Cousins operates best. Comfortable using his size and comfortable in the painted area.
Cantor the pass to Simons. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Kennard against Powell. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by and we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony out there with Norman Powell. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the one. Here's Simons. To the paint. Here's Kanter. And that one drops.
Well, this is the area where Kanter can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Fires the three. That shot off the mark. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Lots of room. And it's Simons missing. Clippers leading by 3. Inside. And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Kanter finds Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Kennard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Trailblazers trail by 5.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession. And then CJ getting slick.
Clippers leading by 3. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason, honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Rondo gets the bucket. Rondo's got his first basket.
Can't guard Rondo lightly. Even from inside, he's capable of finding a way to get to a shooting window and score.
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Beyond the arc. And it's Lillard again missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And good that time. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris comes in for Patrick Beverley, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Norman Powell. Outside for George. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Leonard finds George. 6 to shoot. Back to Leonard. Tries again. Passes it to Zubac. And another shot. And it's in there. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Ooh, that's a great matchup for him just because of the size difference right there. He makes that mid-range shot at a very high percentage.
Here's Lillard. It's tipped. McCollum feeling it out a bit. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
12 seconds left to play in the first half. And George kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead. Lillard has the open look. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out. And that...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
Man, at the point guard position, are you kidding me? Explosive scoring ability and body control. That results in a bucket and a free throw.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
No good from Zubac. Trailblazers trail by 4, and so they choose to intentionally foul. Here is Lillard. He's got 9. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And George, here we go, lays it up and banks it in.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Lillard outside. Stolen by Jackson. And that's an intentional foul. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubats. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And it's good for 2. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Puts it up from 12. The Trailblazers rebound. Jones finds Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And he gets the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson against Lillard. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. Nurkic can't hit. And they go to the intentional foul. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflection.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
With his first shot attempt, Anthony looking it over. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Goes up, and George with the stuff.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that.
Portland moving the ball around. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Beverly, the pass to Oturu. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Oturu's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. Pass to Simons. Now, Hollis Jefferson. And the rejection by Cousins.
Offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
And that one's good, George.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The drive by Anthony. Cantor. It's deflected, and he recovers it.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Robert Covington's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Zubats, that's good. Zubats has got 6 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
to stop the run, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, the size, length, and power of Cantor on full display that time.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Rondo scanning the floor. Excellent D from Cantor. For Portland, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Anthony misses off the left iron.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Batum against Cantor. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Powell. The layup off target. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony, and it's Powell in at the 2 guard. Now Beverly. Pass to Oturu. She's over Covington. 2 free throws coming, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
All right, David, thanks. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 14.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Beverly against Lillard. Passes to Cousins. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Cousins is just simply not an easy cover for anybody, especially when he uses that shot fake. Highly effective there.
A different look now for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. And it's McCollum off the drive. Yep, that one goes.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Anthony. Outside for George. Latrey. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Jones, the pass to Nurkic. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Jones against Leonard. Over Jones. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 15. He lobs it up. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Outside Jackson. It's George on the wing. By Lillard. It's tipped. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum kicks to Jones. That one drops for him.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Here's McCollum. They get it back. It's McCollum on the wing. Leonard with the steal. Outside Jackson. There's 38 seconds left in the game. Back to Leonard. On the wing, Jackson. Shoots it. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Clippers lead by 17.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Morris looking over the floor. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the out. All right, David.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center downtown. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Now, here is Harden. Passes it to Irving. On the wing, Harris. On the wing, Harris. Nets passing it around. Clock at 6. Here's Irving. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Pass to Leonard. Lays it up off the glass.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Harden scanning the floor. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now the Clippers on the break. Griffin with the steal. Irving passes to Jordan. Not going to go that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Jackson finds Morris. Back to Jackson. Takes it out to Leonard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. In the corner, Harden. The kick out to Irving. 3-pointers off the mark. George against Jordan. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Brooklyn. Leonard inside, guarded by Harris, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
In the corner, Harden. And the shot goes down.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
Now, here's George. Leonard attacking. Jordan with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Harris. Pass to Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. Left side, George.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 2. 17-foot shot on the way. It will not find the hoop. It's his third miss. He has made 2. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Great D that time from Green. Brown, right side. It's good.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Here's George. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. George has got 6.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as...
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Oturu in at the 5. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The pass to Cousins. Hangs in the air, and it's good on the layup. Cousins has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Back to Irving, a 3 ball. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Man, guarded by Green. Passes it to Kennard. He kicks it to Beverly. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Brown dishes to Irving. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Here's KD, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Methodical and productive from mid-range. Few players in the NBA shoot it like Kevin Durant.
Irving with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And that one clearly. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We've got 1:55 left in the second quarter. Beverly trying to end the drought. Here's Mann. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Beverly. 3 on the clock. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Shamet's checked in. Durant, the pass to Claxton. Back to KD. Brown outside. Back to KD. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Durant's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Here's Zubac. Leonard with no one around. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Brown outside. To the middle, stolen by Zubac. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
I'll tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the half. The wide open look for Durant. And it falls over the rim and in. KD's got 10.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Back to Harden. Harris outside. Launches it. Here's Griffin. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Griffin's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
The clock runs out. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams. And that'll do it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So for Brooklyn now, Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Shamet in at the 2-guard spot. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
And when George has the ball in a comfortable spot, he's looking to draw the foul, feeling that there's nobody that can stay with him.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And here's Harden. Shamet on the wing. Unloads. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Jackson against Harden. Harris outside. Here's Harden on the wing. 6 to shoot. Harris kicks to Shamet. From deep. Offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 10.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Jackson dishes to George. Zubats in the post. He's against Jordan. Zubats, that's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
It's Harden with the drive. On the wing, Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harris has got 6 in the quarter.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Back to Jackson. Pass to Zubats. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And the Nets making a change here as well. Brown is checked in for Landry Shamet. And Beverley kicks to George. It's a hand on it. Cousins on the follow.
Yeah, you know, Cousins, I think, is sometimes underrated as an offensive rebounder. That guy can get some putbacks for you.
Harden outside. 1:49 left to play in the third. Jordan banked in off the glass.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
George passes to Cousins. Back to George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Griffin kicks to Jordan. Nice D from Cousins. Clippers trail by 11. Here's George. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cousins. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Rondo passes to Morris. Rondo looking around.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Rondo's got 4 points now in the quarter. Nets leading by 6. Now Harden. Fires from 14. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Harden's got 6 points.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Morris right side. Elbow shot is on the way.
Nice attention to detail on defense. Harden showing he wants to improve on this end of the court.
And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Luke Kennard, also Rajon Rondo out there, and it's Oturu in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, you know, they get it to Durant because they trust him. They've got great confidence in him finishing in the open court.
Rondo with the ball. Pass to Kennard. Back to Rondo. Now, here is Harden. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in. Jeff Green on the wing. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And Patterson kicks to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Down low. Here's Oturu. Guarded by Harris. Oturu's shot is off. And now we've got the intentional foul. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Landry Shamet comes in for James Harden. Outside Irving. Over George. And that one goes long.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of. Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Here's Irving. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. 6 on the shot clock. On its way from Irving for 2. And it's off the back rim. No good. Clippers trail by 8. And he commits the intentional foul. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Marcus Morris. Then for the Nets, Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Harden in for Landry Shamet. Here's George. He can't get that one to fall. Harden with the defensive effort. And an intentional foul right there. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. For 3, Durant.
When Cousins makes up his mind to defend, he does a nice job challenging shots and getting stops.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. And they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Harden outside to the inside. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. It's good from long range. George has got 17 points here in the second half.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
It's Durant on the wing. Let's Lets it fly from 18. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 5. The shot by George, wide open. No good from outside.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
KD's shot is off.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Harden outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on George.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 3. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they'll be looking for the steal here on the inbounds. If they can't come up with the TO right away, then it's time to foul and hope for some misses at the line.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
You know, what's most impressive about Harden to me is his versatility as a scorer. I mean, he's a remarkable combo guard with great size and strength and very efficient on the offensive end.
George dishes to Leonard. Left side, George. Launches a 3. Off on that one. So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the power forward position. Now here is Holiday. Kicks to Lopez. Shoots over Zubac. Lopez, no luck.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Good. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots. And he saw the play develop, but the pass just...
Oh, that was something else!
Have mercy.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Now here is Holiday. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Middleton. The kick out to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. 4 on the clock. Here's Giannis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now here's Jackson. Passes to George. And here is Zubac. Over Lopez. Zubac, no good.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Jackson passes to George. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Morris. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2. Middleton on the way. There's the dish to Lopez. No good. That would have tied it. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Morris. The offensive rebound. Zubac. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Now here is Holiday. No points in the game yet for him. Middleton can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Morris against Antetokounmpo. Over Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, here's Tucker. Teardrop shot. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Clippers in the lead. And stolen by Portis. Forbes the pass to Connaughton. Here's Portis. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. That shot wide open.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Holiday against Kennard. Outside Portis. And again, the Bucks miss. Rondo passes to Batum. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Just 3 on the clock. He lays it in.
You know, that an area where Tucker continues to improve, making the extra pass.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 6. Stay with. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback stuff.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Holiday. P.J. Tucker is out there with Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 3, the small forward. Nice shot by Portis.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Here's Portis after the Clippers pick up 2. Fires, high post. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And he's going up for the alley-oop. A shot by Batum, no good. Bucks trail by 6. Rondo on the double team. Portis, the pass to Forbes. Back to Portis. Rondo with the steal. Here's Mann. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yes, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Teague, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots from 13 feet. It goes down. Kennard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Forbes. Portis in the post. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't cash in from the high post.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And stolen by Portis. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Back to Beverly. On the pass to Oturu. Cousins trying to free himself up. Oturu's shot is off. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Jeff Teague. Here is Forbes. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Leonard against Middleton. The 11-footer. Here's Zubac. Outside, George. Gets an open look and hits. George has got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Bucks trail by 12. Here is Forbes. Floats one up. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for him. Los Angeles leading by 8. George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. 30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The shot from the low post is good.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
19 seconds left now here in the second. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility. And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Listen, PG-13 have been put.
That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard. And Milwaukee has possession. The Clippers getting the bucket. Kicks it out to Giannis. And the jump by Giannis.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
High post, Zubac. Morris outside. A 3 from Leonard. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Morris for three. Moves back up. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks trail by 10. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Clippers leading by 7. George with the ball. He has 7. Jackson finds George. Back to Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here is Holiday. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Middleton dishes to Giannis. High arcing shot. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's George finishing it off.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer, he is a high flyer.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Now here's Leonard following the shot by Drew Holiday.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
The teardrop falls in.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
George finds Jackson. Back to George. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Lopez. Count it, good. Lopez has got his first 2 points.
Well, Lopez so comfortable down inside. This is where he makes his living, Kevin.
George against DiVincenzo. Passes it to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Outside, Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Drew Holiday. Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Connaughton. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's George. Pass to Oturu. That one goes. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Middleton on the wing. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Kennard for three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers ahead. Up. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for the Bucks, P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Connaughton in at the two-guard spot. Here's DiVincenzo. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Kennard, the pass to Morris. Nice move.
Well, Marcus Morris is a guy who is unafraid of a little contact. That's a nice play right there.
Shooting for Los Angeles. The first one falls. And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Forbes checked in. Bucks trail by 11. Now DiVincenzo. The feed to Tucker. Back to DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot. Portis in the post. Morris is there. Off with the layup.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The pass to Kennard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. No good from Cousins.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
No good from Connaughton. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 11. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Beverly against DiVincenzo. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Feeds it to Cousins. And a missed layup. Bucks trail by 11. Here's Connaughton. And that one good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Clippers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. DiVincenzo against Beverly. Man passes to Morris. Kennard on the wing. And the Clippers miss again.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Drew Holiday in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Now here is Holiday. He dishes it to Lopez. And he gets it to go.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Jackson looking it over. On the wing, George. Zubac trying to break loose. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Clippers lead by 11. Holiday dishes to Giannis. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Here's Forbes. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Jackson against Holiday. Jackson kicks to Zubats. Pass to George. Here's Zubats. Back to Leonard. Second chance shot. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Pass to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. A rebound by the Bucks.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's George. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Takes it out to Leonard from the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And here they come. Here's Connaughton. Count it!
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man. Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he commits the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
So Mike Budenholzer decides to take a timeout here. Guys, what's your take?
And the defenders are going to be very cautious coming out of this timeout. The only way they can get 4 points is with a 3-pointer and a foul, so I'm sure the D will just back off.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good position, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, they've got Norman Powell. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Foul. That's good.
Quick thinking wins Dame assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Here's Beverly. Leonard with no one around. The Clippers rebound. Zubac the pass to Leonard. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Portland the foul. The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Count it.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now, here's Lillard. Puts up a 3. McCollum, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Leonard, shoots over Lillard, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
The Clippers in the lead. Out to Morris, the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got 5 points so far.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
McCollum dishes to Covington. Inside, here's Nurkic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The pass to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Lillard against Beverly. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Outside, George. Puts one up from 19. Doesn't go that time. And it's Portland the other way. Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Will it go? And the rebound by Nurkic.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Jones, the pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Zubac. Nurkic can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Leonard gets it to go.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard surveying the D. Takes it out to Covington. Back to Lillard. The three. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. And it's Beverly missing. No good on that one.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really...
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Greg, we know...
When I'm training in summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Ennis Cantor is out there with Giles. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Simons, the pass to Anthony. It's stolen by Rondo. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum leading the charge. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. Here's Cousins. Makes it off the glass.
Aggressive move by one of the most talented bigs in the game. DeMarcus Cousins is focused right now.
Cantor kicks to Anthony. Back to Cantor. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And for the Clippers, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Pass to Mann. Pass to Kennard. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Jackson passes to Mann. Here's Oturu. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Just 4 to shoot, and it's blocked. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. Jackson down low. Now here's Cousins. Tight defense on him. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Portland trailing here. Here's McCollum. He trains the quick shot. McCollum's got 8 points.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Here's Cousins. Here's Oturu. Kennard for 3. Stolen by Cantor. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And McCollum with the slam.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
Back to Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles. Here's Simons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Cousins. Kicks it out to McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Here's Oturu. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Anthony. An even 3-on-3 break. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And stolen by Cousins. Here's Mann, and there's the pass to Oturu. Stolen by Cantor. McCollum feeling it out a bit. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Jackson down low. Now here's Cousins. Guarded close. Basket good. Cousins has got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And here's McCollum for 3. Up again. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got his first points of the game.
And usually
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 steal. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Kawhi, a double-digit rebounder in college. Scouts knew that would be a transferable skill of his.
Powell inside. Defended by George. Back to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And George, here we go. It's over Powell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here is Lillard. To the paint. Feeds it to Nurkic. Lays it up off the glass. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Beverly against Lillard. It's George on the wing. Pass to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Beverly against Lillard. Covington dishes to Lillard. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubats. For the Clippers, Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got his 5th rebound in this one. And the shot goes in.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Rajon Rondo. McCollum outside. No good. Great D that time from Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And it's George missing. Portland trailing here. And now Portland on the break. A wide open look here for Anthony. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
George against McCollum. George looking around. Pass to Zubats. This one for 3. The rebound by Giles. For Portland, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Paul George with the steal. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Oturu. Excellent D from Cancer. And so they choose to intentionally foul. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
McCollum passes to Giles. McCollum no good. The Clippers shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Cousins inside. Excellent D from Cancer. Anthony drives in for the lead. Sinks the triple. Anthony's got 5.
And the shooting form of Anthony just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
15 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 6. It's blocked. Here's Oturu. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers out in front. Up. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. A different look now for Portland. Giles checked in for Jones. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Trailblazers leading by 3. McCollum kicks to Cantor. McCollum dishes to Anthony. Cantor inside, working on Zubac. Cantor's shot is off. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. To the middle. Leonard inside, defended by Jones. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Lillard from outside. Passes it to Jones. It's stolen by Morris. George against Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
The defense on George a little too tight there, but to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
George against Powell. Off target at the rim. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Morris, no good. Portland leading.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
The pass to Beverly. Here's Oturu. Back to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Lillard. To the inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
For the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Jones. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. The putback. And George able to finish. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Big points as the stakes rise. So does George's impact on the game.
Lillard against Beverly. Here's Cantor. The dunk and the foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review. Oh, wow! Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Rondo looking over the floor. Outside Leonard. Clock at 4. Pass to Zubac. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Marcus Morris. Rondo passes to Leonard.
Count it! Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
It's McCollum with the drive. Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
Rondo against Lillard. Now here's Rondo. D right on him. Outside Leonard. Over McCollum. Leonard finds Rondo. Oh, off target. Now a timeout called by Portland. The score is tied at 45. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Lillard attacking, and regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. From Portland, we're back in. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. So the Clippers win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the two-guard spot.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Powell against George. Outside for Jackson. Back to George. Here's the three. Tries to keep it alive. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Great D that time from Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. They'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George against Lillard. Sweet move, and George finishes inside. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court, and then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Count that one. Leonard's got 19 points.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. He gets it in there. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
George against Powell. And George kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Zubac. It drops.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lillard outside. Yes!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George against Powell. Outside, George. Zubac the pass to Jackson. Leonard against Anthony. Money!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Powell against George. Oh, missed it. And so the timeout by Terry Stotts here. Lillard, right side, got it up in time, and he hits the shot. But hang on, guys, hold everything. The officials may review it here. And the officials aren't sure they got it right, and so they're going to review it right now. Can you believe it? If this basket doesn't count, we'll have another overtime period.
And to
There below is... Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at shooting guard. Pass to George. Steps back and fires. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Irving. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Irving. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Irving's shot is good.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there, getting to the basket with ease.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. On the wing, George. To the paint, here's Zubac. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Harden. Now the dish to Jordan. Count that one.
Oh, I love the attitude there of Jordan staying with the shot despite being grabbed.
The Nets shooting their first free throw this game. Jordan no good on the free throw. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. It's Jordan on the wing. Here's Harden on the wing. Defended by George. Clock is at 3. And here's Harris from the arc. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by George.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. George against Harden. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. Finished off the break.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Harden against George. Now, here is Harden. Not a lot of room.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. KD's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Cousins, no good.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And finished off by KD.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
Here's Rondo after the basket by Brooklyn. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Rondo against Irving. Durant in the corner. Passes to Claxton. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. And that one, good.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Durant, and it's good. 2 points. KD's got his second basket.
Well, when you see KD run the court with the speed of a guard, hard to keep up with him once he gets out in the open floor.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3. Chalk up 2 there. Durant's got 6 points. Here's Beverley. There's the pass to Kennard. Kicks it to Cousins. Pass to Beverley. Clock at 6. Outside, Batum. Yep, that one goes in there. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Brown the pass to Claxton. Here's Durant. And that one hits back iron. Clippers leading by 6. Inside. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Durant for 3. Durant with another miss.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Swiped away. Got a piece of it. Shamet with the steal. Here's Brown, and the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
Pass to Kennard. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now, here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there it is for him. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit.
Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And it's Leonard in for Luke Kennard. Los Angeles making a switch here. Nets trail by 8.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in.
He does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Harden up top, defended by George. And the basket by Harden.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Feeds to Leonard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
Irving finds Jordan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jackson with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And stolen by Irving. Left side, Harris takes the three. Nailed from three-point land.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now George outside for Jackson. 6 to shoot. Banked in off the glass.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
5 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Irving. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sport. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. An exceptional game plan. And that should...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the center position. So that's the Nets 5. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Harden against George. Harden's shot is good.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Jackson against Irving. Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 11.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Jackson against Irving. Back to Griffin. 5 on the clock. Irving with a clean look. Again, the Nets for 2.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
George dishes to Leonard. 90 seconds now into the second half. Passes it to Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass. 6 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And here's Harden. And Harden with the stop.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Clippers leading by 6. George looking over the floor. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jackson down low. Griffin's there. Jackson misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. Landry Shamet comes in for Irving. Harden the pass to Shamet. Back to Harden. Nets passing it around. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Leonard, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
1:19 left in the third. Cousins and Durant sends it back.
The large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Beverly against Brown. And it's Beverly missing.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Brown feeling out a bit. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Cousins trying to free himself up. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 5. A nice shot by KD.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Clippers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Beverly. The pass to Leonard. That one falls. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy is in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the pivot, manning the middle. The shot's good.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu. Batum wide open. He fires. It's hauled in by Claxton. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Brown, the pass to Shamet. Harris against Batum. Down low. Here's Claxton. Count it.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Beverly with the ball. Pass to Cousins. Drops in the layup for 2. Cousins has got his first points in this one.
There's a lot of great things to say about DeMarcus Cousins' offensive game, but I know defenders fear the most when he's down low and picks an angle to attack you like that in the paint.
Harris outside. And it's all evened up.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ball game.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Rondo on top. He's covered by Irving. The shot by Rondo is no good. The Nets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
Irving passes to Harden. Back to Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
And the Clippers call time here. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Thank you, David. Takes a shot at the elbow. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Outside, George. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The shot by KD. No good. Clippers leading by 3. And an intentional foul right there. Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
Here's Irving. He feeds it to Griffin. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Oh, Griffin with a huge feel for those moments. Easy to see why he wants the ball in his hands.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Now George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. .56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Harden. Yes!
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Griffin with the steal. 4-on-3 break. To take the lead. It's in!
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
Now the Clippers with it.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Nope. Every opportunity here have to have flawless execution.
George. Money!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. It's off. Another shot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Buries the triple.
He was all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 3. 1 second left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg. And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. Important to make a splash. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Just 5 to shoot. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. He's looking for DiVincenzo and finds him. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Holiday the pass to Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Jackson against Holiday. Now here's Lopez. Defense right on him. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Middleton outside. Here's Lopez. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
And finished off by Leonard.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Back to Lopez. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Outside Jackson. Over Holiday. Jackson misses.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Leonard with the steal. Over Antetokounmpo. And the wide open shot from Morris. Here's Zubac. Great positioning on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Holiday looking for an opening. And Giannis throws it down.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
George with the bounce pass. To the middle. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go. Giannis heading to the hoop. George trying to break free. Holiday gets the bucket.
And what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
And George, here we go. Outside Jackson. To the inside. Stolen by Holiday. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson.
Oh, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Pass to Man. Here's Kennard. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now the pass to Portis. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
For the three. It's hauled in by Beverly. Here's Mann, guarded by Holiday. Six seconds left here in the opening quarter. 1 second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say about losing to the Raptors.
I think the most important lesson that I got is that
all part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play on the court for the Bucks. PJ Tucker is out there with Portis. Then it's Holiday, and it's Forbes in at the two-guard spot. And so here are the Clippers. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Oturu's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
There's Portis. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Bucks trail. Stolen. Mann passes to Oturu. Poked away. Fast break, Milwaukee. Passes it to Portis. And Forbes has it in the corner. And the Bucks miss again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Portis. Oh, that's blocked.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Cousins inside. Mann passes to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's Portis. No good off the front iron.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless. How about that? Cousins throwing it down on the alley-oop. Go ahead, big fella.
Holiday with the three. And with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Oturu goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Trying to get something going. They shoot again. Here's Portis. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Drew Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And the 3 off target. The Clippers in the lead. And there's Jackson on the assist by Leonard.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Giannis. Nails the baby hook.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Morris outside. 40 seconds left here in the second. Fast break. Here we go. Middleton dishes to Forbes. Outside, Antetokounmpo. They get the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul it.
And George drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Giannis. Sweet little floater. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Just a lovely touch on that little flob from Antetokounmpo. You know, that's a nice little shot to have in your repertoire. This guy is the full and total package.
And here's George for 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by court. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. And that's
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5. On the wing, Holiday. Middleton for 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Jackson. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. Here's Zubac. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Middleton with it. Leonard's there. Stolen by Zubac. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Lopez. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And that one's good, George.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Clippers leading by 6. Outside, George shoots over DiVincenzo. Lopez with the steal. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. The kick out to Lopez. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Count the basket.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Giannis with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Finishes the break with a slam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
George passes to Leonard. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Nice touch on the shot from close range. He's got 10.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Drew Holiday. Clippers leading by 4. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Beverly. And it's 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
Cousins plays inside with an attitude that says, you want to stop me? Give me your best shot.
It's Portis, high post. Puts one up from 19. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Cousins inside, guarded by Tucker. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Kennard's got his first 2 points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Here's Portis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Portis has got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Bucks trail by 4. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Pass to Antetokounmpo. There's the 3. But they'll get another chance. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Antetokounmpo's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Milwaukee. George against DiVincenzo. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets it go with a three. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
And forget about finesse. This was all about the power.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Jackson against Holiday. Morris right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Bucks trail by 5. Pass to Holiday. Lopez outside. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Jackson passes to Morris. Back to Jackson. Holiday against Zubac. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's simply an outstanding play. Working the size mismatch right at the rim.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Back to Antetokounmpo. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Beverly looking around. Here's Cousins. Here's Mann. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. It down to Middleton from downtown, and the Bucks miss again. They can burn some clock if they want to,
and get a little breather as well.
And the pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Back to Beverly, takes a 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
And here's Beverly. Pass to Cousins. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Oturu's shot is off. Bucks have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of games.
Free throw good. Giannis.
And with the and one, he's cut it to a one-possession game. Just terrific determination on his part.
Now here's Beverly. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cousins. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. There's 38 seconds left in the game. Stolen away. One-on-one here. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo throws down the alley-oop slam.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Here's George. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Antetokounmpo against Morris. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Yes!
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
Leonard inside.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Guys, what do you think?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate and